Hello people, Mustafa again, and continuing the video, the last video, echo command 1. Now I'm going to be making a video echo command 2, which will be an extensive review about the echo command and how echo command reacts to string or texts without quotation marks or single quotation marks. Let's see. So last time we saw how the echo command uh, displays the text in standard output or redirecting it into a file when it's not under any quotation marks. This time we're going to be looking at how the echo command takes texts which are mentioned in double quotation marks. These double quotation marks are called as weak quotes. In the Red Hat world, that's how they are called. So if someone says that, hey, just use the weak quotation marks for echo, that's how you do it. Nothing different than the no quotation mark command. Anyways, we are not going to be looking at the no quotation parts. We're just going to be focusing on the weak quote, that is the double inverted quotation marks for echo command. So like we saw, it prints out the string value. If you want to use the echo command to call out the variable. Now if you want to see how I assigned the variable to Groot, I showed it in my last video, so you can have a look um, to see how I uploaded the value Groot, lowercase Groot, to the variable Groot using the export command. Okay, so going further, um, using the exclamation mark. So usually you cannot, there are places where you can or cannot use the exclamation mark. So let's see if I'm able to use the exclamation mark with the double quotations. Let me call out the variable while I'm at it. Now when I put the exclamation mark, I'll have to make sure I put a space before I put the closing inverted comma marks in inverted quotations. The reason why is if I don't put a space, it's asking me for an input now, which that's not what I wanted to do. So I need to make sure that I have a space. So just to make things look more symmetric, that's how I would do it, is whenever I use double inverted commas, I'll put a space after I've opened it and before I close it, so it'll look prettier. But if you see, then it's gonna put a space in the standard output. So to eliminate this, what I can do is remember the options that we saw in the man page. Backslash, I'm gonna use the backspace option. I am call out the variable and I'm gonna use the exclamation. Now I'm back to normal. You see, so if I put the space to make it look pretty, it's gonna put a space before the output rather than right here. So what I can do is I can put a backspace option with the E option, so that'll push it back again. So now we saw that the E option with echo works when I'm using double quotation, when I'm using the weak quotes. So let's see, we saw a few more options. We saw when I use the option E, uh, open quotation marks, space, and let me just put a backspace, new line. I am call out the variable, space, sorry, exclamation, space, close quotations, and there you go. What would happen if I remove the backspace and just leave the new line? It'll still put it out in a new line without any space before the I from the statement. Alright, now let's continue. Let me put a tab before the word Groot. So I'm gonna a horizontal tab. So I'm gonna put a backspace T, and there you go. So it's printing out I am Groot in a new line with Groot, with the value of the variable Groot tabbed out, right? So that's how your output will look. So the normal output using double quotation marks is like this, where I'm using no options at all. You see that it leaves a space before I, which I don't want. So in order to eliminate that and make things look pretty as a coder, because when you go down the road coding stuff, you want to make sure that your raw code looks prettier for other people to comprehend it better. These are just the basics. That is, I mean, you'll have to use more variables, but you know what, in the end, like, I mean, if you look at the symmetry of the code, it looks pretty neat. And it also looks confusing sometimes, so leave, I mean, people will be like, oh, you're a developer. Anyways, continuing with using the weak quotes. So we saw how to use the exclamation mark. We also saw how to use the E option, and let me go ahead and show you what would happen if let me go back. Oh, okay, let me call the variable, right? Let me give an exclamation mark. Now I would like to put the dollar sign as it is after the exclamation mark. So usually what you'll use is you'll use a backslash dollar sign close quotation marks. Let's see if this will work or not. No, it doesn't, because this combination is not accepted by bash. So let's see if it will work. Oh, you know what, actually I'll use the B without the option E, so maybe that might have also played a part to this. So let me repeat the same command using the E option, exclamation backslash dollar sign close quotation. Now if you see, I'm not leaving a space between the dollar sign and the close quotation mark, and yes, as we see that there is an error. Now let's try by putting a space. So echo minus E space open quotation space backslash B, I am, call out the variable, exclamation mark, backslash dollar space close inverted commas, and still I'm getting an error. So maybe it's this combination of exclamation backslash dollar sign that is not working out for us. So let me try one last combination and see if I am able to bring my desired output with the exclamation and the dollar sign together. So let's see if this works. So if we see here is I have a space between the exclamation and the backslash, and I have a space between the dollar sign and the close inverted commas, and let's see if it works, and it does. So as we see is, if we put a space between the exclamation and the backslash and a space between the dollar sign and the close inverted commas, it works. Now just for research purposes, it still works. So I need to make sure that there is a space between the backslash and the exclamation mark before I run, before I want to show the symbol, the literal symbol in the standard output. And the same thing can be done. I can redirect this into a file. So basically if I do an echo minus e or open quotation marks space, well, so I can do the backslash p backslash t. I am Groot. Well, let me call out the variable. I am Groot space, oh okay, not fruit, Groot, and let me put a tab before Groot, and let me put a close quotation mark, and let me redirect this to a file name tab Groot, so we know that this is the tab underscore Groot dot txt. So if I cat tab underscore Groot dot txt, you see my output is a tab before I am and a tab before Groot. So there is a way to see a tab with the, okay, show tabs. You see the T option. I can use the T option, and I can also use another option. Okay, let's use the T option and see what do we get. So cat minus T. So you see it's accepting one tab, and here it's accepting two tabs if I'm, oh sorry, one tab, and here's the edge. So let's see, let's do this. Let's not put the B, right? Let's just leave it as tab. Let's just put the space there. Leave it as tab. Let's dump it again and Groot tab underscore Groot dot txt. This will overwrite anything that is already existing. I'm sorry, this will concatenate it. Um, because I've used the double greater than signs. So if I just do a cat minus t, let's see the difference. So this is missing. It's using single tab, and it's using a single tab. So if I just do a cat tab Groot, oh, okay, well, okay. So what we did first is, let's remove tab Groot, right? So let's echo open inverted, let's put the E option, open inverted commas space backslash B backslash T I, let's put backslash T am backslash T variable Groot backslash T exclamation space close tab, and let's dump it into a file called tab underscore Groot.txt. What happened here? Oh, I misspelled echo. There you go. Now it'll work. So if we just cat tab, we see the output. Now let me echo minus E open inverted commas backslash T I backslash T M backslash T Groot backslash T exclamation space. So this time I'm removing the B option, and I don't have a space between the open exclamation mark and the tab, which is before I, and let's redirect the output to tab root. And now when I do a tab root, it's still the same, right? So you see how I ran the same command in two separate ways, but the output into the file is in the same way. But if I would have done the echo open braces space, sorry, open inverted commas, I am Groot exclamation, and if I would have redirected it to tab Groot, right, and if I would have echo, you see there's a space. Now if I e and open inverted commas backslash b, I am Groot, there is no space. So you see how running two different commands has the same output into a file. However, if you do a cat, I think this is what the option is to see everything. Yeah, you see, it shows you how where it has tabbed, where it has gone back, where it has used a tab, you know. So you'll have to take a look at it later on, but I just gave you an example of how the echo command runs. There is another, so while we were looking at horizontal tab, there was another option which echo had with the option E, was new line. So let's do I am Groot exclamation space, and let's just throw it in standard output for now. So you see there's a space, so it's a line, a blank line if I use the N option with the double inverted commas. Now, like we saw the last time, the E option in with no quotation marks does not work, right? It's not gonna work, but the exclamation works. So make sure you have the combinations correct. Make sure you remember what to do and how to do it. If you're not, you can always watch this video and I'll be more than happy to help anyone out. So till then, I'm gonna be making a third video which will be using single inverted commas, single inverted quotation, I'm sorry, single inverted quotation, and we're gonna be seeing how does echo react with the string value with single inverted quotation marks. So till then, have a good day. See you soon. Bye.